Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's just going to be a really simple get ready with me video. I have a doctor's appointment later today and then David is taking me out tonight. So I'm kind of excited, but I'll obviously do my hair later because it's kind of gross, but I figured I'd let it air dry so that it can be a little bit healthier since it is summer and I typically don't like to do a lot of heat styling in the summer. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my skin with a Becca First Light Priming Filter. I really like this. I like the original too. I actually just got this one. And so far I really like it. It really brings out the kind of like lit from within glow. And I have kind of a weird skin tone, like an undertone. So typically the cooler tones do look better on me because I can't have anything that pulls too warm, but it also can't be too pink toned, which is like what a lot of cooler tones end up being. So it just ends up looking really pretty. So I really do like this. I think it's really nice. Today I'm also going to be testing out two new products. So the first is going to be the Clarisonic Brush Foundation Head. So I just have like the Mia, like the Mia 1 because it was super on sale because my Macy's was going out of business. So I just picked up that one because I think it was like $60 or something. And so I did want to order this because I know Tati's been reviewing it. And if you don't know who she is, definitely go check it out. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. But this is supposed to fit on any Clarisonic. So let's hope. Yep. Ooh, that feels nice. Okay. So again, this is a first impressions kind of on this brush. But I'm also going to be testing out the new Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. And this does have some sunscreen in it, but I've heard so many great reviews, and I'm in the shade 260 Bisque Neutral, but I am going to self-tan tonight, so if it's not super on point, it should work pretty soon. Okay, so I'm just gonna, do I just apply it onto the brush? I don't know how to do this. Well, oh no, I picked it up and the foundation went all over my dress. So maybe we'll try it this way. Maybe we'll dot it all over the face. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go in with this then. I'm a little nervous. I will say the brushes feel really soft. It doesn't feel like it's hurting my skin at all, or like pulling it or being too rough. Wow, so that finish is really, really beautiful. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, it's so pretty. It's so like smooth and like it's just really pretty. Mine on Ulta for like $35. So that was definitely, I mean, a lot of brushes, foundation brushes are, that's a relatively normal brush point, like around $30 for a nice brush. Obviously Morphe is a little bit cheaper and some things like that, but they're all pretty much the same. Okay, so I am going to try out a couple other cream products. So I am going to go in with this Nars dual-ended contour and highlighting stick. So this is in the shade Playa Flamenco, and Oahu is a bronzer color. I have all three of them, so I also have the Laguna and Hot Sand one, but this is just the one I grabbed first, and I actually use this one more. I think the contour is like a little bit cooler toned instead of the Laguna. It's a little bit dark. But I like this highlighter a lot more than the Hot Sand. It's like less pink toned, so I like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to my face. to get rid of my double chin, hopefully. Clairsonic masking a lot of you, you know. Do some forehead. So there's my contour. I also have some concealer because I need to conceal some things, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that now. Let that dry a little bit. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light. So I'm going to go in under my eyes with this. Just do a little triangle, apply a little bit to my lid. No, since this, like, when I use Shape Tape, I don't apply, like, a full swipe on each one because, honestly, that's just, like, way too much for Shape Tape. Like, you don't need that much, but this one is a little bit lighter, so I do use a little bit more. And I'm going to take the medium light one and just spot conceal this and this down here because I am having a couple breakouts right now. I don't know if it's, like, my stress level or the weather or what, but... Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and blend in. Oh, wow. Look at that. That blended that right out. I had contour there too. Hang on. I'm amazed right now at how well this works. Do my forehead next. This blends out my contour and the highlights so seamlessly. Like, I cannot believe it. Would have taken me so long to blend that out with a beauty blender, and it would have taken less time with a brush, but it would have been a mess with a brush. And this keeps it, you can keep it right. You just do little circles and it keeps it right where you put it. But it looks so pretty. I can't get over it. Okay, let's try the bottom. Look, you guys see that, right? You see that getting blended out. Literally right in front of you. I'm not fast forwarding. You can hear it because of my voice. This is amazing. Cheekbone on fleek, look at that. Woo! Oh, that is a cut ass cheekbone. Look at that. You know I do not look like that. Just gonna use a beauty blender when I bake that out, but it is so light and you use it with a super light hand. Like, I'm barely touching. It really just tickles a little bit, honestly. Alright. Oh my gosh, it tickles my nose so much. I have this problem when I wash my face and use it. Because especially when I go around my nose ring, I just can't. It tickles so bad. I just, like, crack up in the shower. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I am just going to pounce the rest of that concealer out under my eye. Make sure everything is just smooth there. Sorry, my mirror's over here. Okay. And now I'm just going to take some Coty Airspun loose powder. I love this stuff. I have so many other setting powders and I just always come back to this one. I don't know. I need to try the RCMA because I've heard some really great things about that too. But right now, this one's just my favorite. And I know the smell is strong and that turns off a lot of people. But, like, I kind of have grown used to like the smell. Like, you know, like that self-tanner smell? Like, sometimes when I just have had such a bad day and I just, like, feel really bad, like, I'll just go put some self-tanner on because it smells so, like, comforting. Just gonna set the rest of my face. That was a ton of powder. I'm sorry. But like I said, I need it to stay all day, so I don't really feel that bad. Especially my forehead. I just sweat so much on my forehead. The rest of my face is usually fine, but like, well, no. My nose and my forehead sweat so bad. It's just my T-zone. But it doesn't get oily. It just sweats. So if I put on a super matte foundation, it like works, but it doesn't make a difference. Does that make sense? It's really strange. I don't know why my face does this. Okay, so now that my face is completely set down, I think I match my body pretty well. It's hard to see because that's that weird natural light coming in. But in the mirror, I think I match pretty well. Okay. So now we've done that. I am going to go ahead and just go over that contour just a little bit with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm just going to use this Real Techniques 100 Gold brush. I think it's actually a blush brush, but it has like a really nice shape to it that I really like for contouring. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Just also use it to like bronze up the skin just a tiny bit. Not like a ton, but just... Okay, now I'm going to go with my actual bronzer brush from It Cosmetics, and this is the Airbrush Essentially Bronzer 114 brush. Just go like that and just bronze up my like chest area. So everything just really comes together. Alright, and now I'm going to go into this Bobbie Brown palette. Now, I barely have ever used this. Like, I think I've used this like twice in my life, but it's kind of nice. It has a 3 and you get a big mirror. And I got this at the VIB or after Christmas sale. I don't remember. I got it towards the end of last year, but never really used it. So you get the Gold Bronze and the Wild Rose Shimmer Brick Compacts. And this one's on sale for, I think, like $40, which is a pretty good deal considering that like altogether they're way more than that. So I'm just going to take the Wild Rose shade, like the obviously the pink one, and just kind of run this like, this is honestly like the EcoTools mattifying finish brush, but I just really like it as a blush brush because I feel like it just diffuses this color onto my face so pretty. I switch between this and like a Duo 5 brush when I do blush because I really don't like a lot of blush color. So for today's look, I'm actually going to be using the Lorac Pro 3 palette. I have not really used this palette that often. I think I used it once for a full look. But it's really pretty. It comes with these shades and then a mirror like in the classic Lorac look. But I really like these palettes. I think they're super pigmented and really blendable. So I'm just going to take the color Canvas, which is this shade right here, and I'm just going to put it all over the lid. And then I'm going to take the color Terracotta, which is this one right here, and use this as a transition shade. And for this, I'm just using like a blending brush that I think I got in an Ipsy bag. So now that I've kind of warmed up that crease a little bit, I am going to take this cool taupe color right here, and I'm just going to work that into the outer V. Okay, and now I'm actually going to take the Kat Von D Shade Light brush and use the smaller end and go into the dark brown color, this one, and work that into the outer corner right next to the lash line. I'm just going to place that in there and build up that. I'm not going to do a halo eye or anything fancy. I'm just going to work in the dark brown color. Okay. And I'm going to take a MAC 242 brush. And I'm gonna go into this color Medallion, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place this over the lid. So that shimmery color isn't really showing up. So I'm actually just gonna take some Fix Plus and spray the brush. Because that fixes everything, right? So I sprayed it with some, just like my mini Fix Plus, which I literally only use to spray brushes. I don't think I've ever once used it as a setting spray. And I'm actually going to go into the color Rose Bronze now instead of Medallion, because that color just doesn't seem to be working for me. And I'm going to go ahead and place this on the lid instead. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in and actually kind of redefine that crease, because I put that kind of way all over the lid. So I'm just going to go back in with like that first brush I used and go back in with the cool taupe color and just put that back in the crease. Go back in with that first color, well actually a transition shade, Terracotta, and I'm just gonna work that in all over to make sure we have no harsh lines anywhere. So now I am just gonna apply a little bit of winged liner. Actually, maybe not wing. I'm gonna apply a little eyeliner with a Kat Von D tattoo liner. Just gonna go ahead and do this off camera real quick and my brows, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back and I did my liner and my eyebrows. For eyebrows, I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in taupe and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, in case you were wondering. And for liner, again, I did use the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. So again, I am gonna run that color Terracotta just under my lower lash line. Again, that was my transition shade. And then I'm also going to take that cool taupe color and run that just really close to the lash line. Okay. And now for highlight, everyone's favorite part. I'm going to use the Pixi by Petra Glowy Powder in London Luster. So this stuff is really good, actually. Like that's pretty blinding. And it's definitely like super buildable. So I'm just gonna take this a little bit more and just go at it with my cheekbones. Now I'm just gonna go down my nose, tip of my nose. Maybe do like a little bit on my forehead, chin, Cupid's bow. I really struggle with my Cupid's bow highlight because my lips get super chapped, and like I have a very small upper lip, so it can be really difficult to get that highlight, but I try. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Lash Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I'm sure you've heard a million things about it. It's great. It's like, can you see the wand? It's like a super good dupe for Better Than Sex by Too Faced, but better. Now, I was like a die-hard Better Than Sex fan. Like, loved it, recommended it to everybody, wore it every day. It flaked, but I didn't care because I loved the way it made my lashes look for the first couple hours. But like, this is better and it doesn't flake, and it makes my lashes look better originally. So like, it's amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. You guys know how to put on mascara. Alright, so mascara's on. And like, you can see that it makes a pretty big difference. Like, I really like how this looks when it's applied. It really makes like my lashes pop. And I'm not a super big falsies person, so it can really like finish a look without being over the top. For lips, I am gonna apply the Colourpop new Ultra Blotted lip in the color Zuma. This is really pretty color. But yeah, so I'm just gonna apply this. To my lips, and it's I mean, it's a really pretty color. And it dries down matte, but it's still like weightless. Sorry, I know I'm like looking in the mirror, but also still talking to you. Okay, so that's Zuma. It is a really pretty color, but it's also a really great formula, and it's really interesting, and I'm so happy that Colourpop came out with something like this. Okay, so I'm going to mix 2 setting sprays to set my face. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Chill, and yes, this is the old packaging. I bought a ton of them when they were on sale from, I forget if it was Ulta or Sephora. They were all on sale somewhere, and because they came out with a new packaging. And so I bought a bunch of them because I like this formula. I don't know if they changed the formula or not, but like it was half off. It's the same product in the old packaging. I don't care. I just want it to work, and if it's cheap, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm gonna mix the De-Slick and the Chill. I have the All-Nighter, but again, because it's summer, so I want the Chill, and I like that because I have kind of dry skin. But then also the De-Slick is good. It kind of stops like the sweating problem thing. So I'm going to mix those together, but I'm going to put the De-Slick on first, kind of in my T-zone, and then do the Chill on the outside, and then kind of do a whole wash of Chill. I forgot to test something. Okay. And then you just fan it to kind of lock everything in place. Fan until it's dry. But this is it for today's look, guys. Obviously I still need to do my hair and everything, but this is the final look. So final impression. So this little guy, great. Like, we'll be using this to apply my makeup from now on, basically. If I'm wearing a liquid foundation, it doesn't work well with like either super heavy foundations or like stick foundations. So I do have a couple sticks, and I'm going to stick with like a normal brush to use to blend those. But for any like liquid foundations or like really liquidy foundations, I'll definitely be using this. How is this not dry yet? My hand's getting tired of fanning it. Come on, just dry. Everything else is dry, just this one little corner. Why are you not dry? Okay. But yeah, and the Teint, Idole, the Lancome foundation that I used, I'll put in the comments how it worked. So far it looks like really pretty on the skin. But yeah, I'll let you know how I really felt about it, how it wore. I'll take a couple pictures and insert them here. Finished eating dinner, and as you can see, my makeup is all still on, except for this tiny little pimple, but since I used the Naked Weightless, that was meant to happen. My lipstick stayed on pretty well. It's actually not drying at all, and it's not cracking up my mouth. It feels like I have nothing on except for just like a light layer. When I like touch my lips, like it feels different, but for my lips, it doesn't feel any different. So highly recommend this formula so far. And I just finished eating a full meal with like mashed potatoes and gravy, so it would have gotten everywhere. But I'll let you know how it lasts for the rest of the night. End of the night, and as you can see, my makeup still looks very good. It's not really breaking up anywhere that I can see, and it usually does like around here and maybe in the forehead area and down here on my chin. The lipstick also is staying. It feels a little dry, but I also didn't put on chapstick, and I think my lips get dry anyway. So I give it a 10 out of 10, and I think the makeup still looks great, the foundation, and it applied really excellently. So I give this a 10 out of 10, highly recommend. But yeah, so good night. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.